Dajahao, my name is Garrick, and welcome back to Taiwan, Lao Wai. And in case you can't tell from how I'm bundled up, I am filming this smack dab in the middle of Taiwan winter. It's the middle of January right now. The temperature is hovering in the mid-50s Fahrenheit, which I know is not that cold compared to like the northern US, but for Taiwan weather, this is extremely shiver-inducing. We are definitely in the coldest stretch of the year right now, and you know what that means? It's perfect weather to make some ice cream, which I have never done before, so should be very interesting. But first, because this is market meals, we're going to pay a visit to the market. There's a particular thing I'm hoping to find that will assist us in making a delicious ice cream. We may not find it, but who knows, we might find something else that's equally tantalizing. As we all know, the point of Taiwan's markets is to go and wander and see what catches your eye, so that is what we are going to do. And hopefully it won't take us too long, because my god, it is chilly. Not to worry though, I'm sure there will still be plenty of vendors, because even in this cold weather, Taiwan produce never stops rolling. So we're gonna pay the market a visit, and we're gonna see what looks tasty. See you there. Okay, batten down the hatches, people. I think we have found our first actual egg roll in Taiwan. This is one of those staples of American Chinese food that is more American than Chinese or Taiwanese, but it looks to me like this is a proper gigantic egg roll. I'm not too hungry as of the moment, but I will not pass up the chance for a wonderful breakfast like this, so bottoms up. Man, that takes me back so much. It's a little different than American egg rolls. Obviously, it's bigger. There's a bit of sourness in it. Not sure where that flavor's coming from, but it's definitely a little pronounced. But this is definitely the egg roll flavor you're familiar with from your down-the-hall Chinese takeout or whatever. God, that's good. And it's only 30 NTD for an egg roll this big. Talk about a steal. Okay, so we did not find exactly what I was looking for, which is disappointing but not surprising. I mentioned, I think, a few videos back that one time at the market I stumbled across what turned out to be hibiscus pods, the roselle branch of the hibiscus flower. And I boiled those flower pods down into a syrup, and it was super tasty, super delicious. So I was thinking, hey, if I could find the roselles again, I can make more syrup, and I can mix that in to my ice cream, because that sounds absolutely friggin' delicious. Sadly, I think they are out of season at this point. I cannot imagine flower pods being very plentiful in the middle of winter, even in a place as tropical as Taiwan. On the bright side, we did buy a whole bunch of passion fruit for super cheap. Like, this gigantic bag here was just 50 NTD, if you can believe that. We also got a whole bunch of wax apples because I've been especially sniffly and sneezy this winter, so more fruit definitely is not a bad idea. Alright, so I guess we are going to make passion fruit ice cream today. Huzzah! It's still very early, it's just past 8 a.m., so we've got plenty of day ahead of us. But I think I'm gonna call this market trip a success, head home, get my wits about me, and I'll catch you in a few hours when we start making some ice cream. God, this is gonna be so much fun. I cannot wait. See you soon. Alright, it's later in the afternoon, I've rested, I've recharged my batteries, and I think we better make this ice cream before the sun goes down, don't you? Now, if I had to guess, most of you watching this video have not made ice cream before, and the reason why is that it sounds pretty hard. It's so much work, you need an ice cream machine, you gotta churn it, it's exhausting, yada yada yada. Well, no more. There is, in fact, a super easy way to make ice cream at home, and all it takes is a little arm strength. Or, if you have an electric mixer, not even that. So if you've got 15 minutes to kill, just follow this recipe, and you will have yourself some delicious ice cream. Let's get started. Alright folks, what you see before you is everything we will need to make our ice cream. And yes, I do mean everything. See this right here? This is sweetened condensed milk, and this is the secret to making easy as heck ice cream. All we gotta do is whip this heavy cream up until it's sort of like whipped cream, mixed in the condensed milk, then mix in the passion fruit, and then we gotta put it in the freezer, we wait for a few hours, we got ice cream. It really is that ridiculously simple. At least in theory, we will see how it turns out in practice. Alright, first things first, we gotta break down this passion fruit and get all of that juicy goodness out from the inside. If you've never worked with passion fruit before, it's got this really tough, hard outer shell, and all the tangy fruit is on the inside. So really, you just gotta take our knife carefully and slice it right down the middle like so, until it pops open. Bam! There we go. And as you can see, the inside is full of these very juicy, very drippy, very puckery seed pods that you can pop in your mouth whole. So literally all we're gonna do is take a spoon, scoop that out, it should come out nice and easily, and we're gonna dunk it in a bowl for safekeeping. Don't be afraid to get in deep and really scrape it around. You want to get every last bit of goodness out of these that you can. And when you're finished, you should have 2 relatively clean, empty pods, and all the fruit in this one bowl. Look at all that pulp. Whoa! Oh god, I gotta be careful. I cannot lose this. It's too tasty. Looks like I picked up about 10 passion fruit pods overall, and I think that will give us a very respectable quantity of passion fruit to mix into our ice cream. So we're just gonna clean out all the pods, we're gonna scoop all that juicy fruit out, and I will see you when we are finished. Alright, and there is our big bowl of passion fruit pulp. I'm gonna be honest, I was worried that I didn't buy enough when I was at the market, but those guys were packed with fruit. So yeah, this is definitely going to serve our ice cream well. We're gonna put this aside for now, and now it is time to make the ice cream. So obviously measurements will differ by recipe. For the one I'm using, I'm doing equal parts 1 liter of heavy cream to 800 grams of condensed milk. If you want to make more or less, you can obviously scale that up and down as needed. This also means we've reached the hardest part. We've got to whip some heavy cream into something like whipped cream. And I don't have an electric mixer, which means it's time to get my exercise in and give these bad boys a workout. I honestly don't have a good method for opening these, so I'm just gonna sort of slice the top off and dump it all in. There is almost certainly a more efficient way to do this, but I don't know what it is, so this is what we're going with. Man, that is thick. Alright, and that is 1 liter of thick as heck heavy cream. Look at that go. I actually just bought this whisk today to use for this purpose. I have no idea if I will ever use this again. Alright, so there's no 2 ways about it. If you do not have an electric mixer to do this for you, this is gonna be a workout. The best advice I can give you is to keep things switching up. Circle in the inside, then circle in the outside, switch hands as needed, and just keep whisking, because as you whisk, this will thicken up into something closer to whipped cream. It will take a while, I will not lie to you. I think it might be something like 10 minutes, 15 minutes of this, so yeah. You may want to invest in an electric mixer if you're gonna be making a lot of this, because otherwise, well, you might get some pretty strong arms, so actually maybe you want that, and maybe you want this workout, so whatever floats your boat, I guess. Alright, I need to stop pantomiming for the camera and actually lock in here, so I will see you when we've got something closer to whipped cream. Peace. Man, this thing makes a lot of bubbles as I'm whisking. I'm going to take that as a good sign? Question mark? Fingers crossed?
Several days later.
Whoa, that's a workout, I tell ya. I don't know about leg day, but I definitely have not skipped arm day. Alright, so as you can see, we are not at whipped cream status yet. It's still pretty loose and liquidy, but it has definitely thickened up in the 10 minutes I've been whacking away at it. And I have seen some recipes that say you can put in the condensed milk before it reaches full whipped status. And I think that's what we're gonna do, because I want to give my arms a break, if I'm being honest. So, here is our condensed milk. Sadly, I don't have a can opener. That's maybe something I should invest in. So we're just gonna stab a little hole in the top, and we're gonna get it all out into that bowl. Ooh, it's probably dangerous to do with one hand. Give me a second. Wow, that took a lot more work than I thought it would. Okay, lesson learned. If I want to keep using cans in my cooking, I do need to invest in a can opener. Especially with stuff as thick as this. Good God. If you've never had condensed milk before, it's like sweetness in liquid form. It's so good. In Taiwan, they like to put it on top of strawberries for dessert, and if you have not tried that before, you should definitely try that. It is sinfully delicious. Right, it's one can down. Let's whisk it all together to get that stickiness very well incorporated. See, this way the cream will keep whipping as we whisk in the condensed milk, so we'll get a little more whipping action in, won't we? Yoink! Oh ho, okay, I did much better work cracking this guy open. Still definitely gonna want to invest in a can opener though, because that's not fun. It's probably very dangerous too. God, look at that pour in. That is liquid gold, baby. Alright, 2 cans in, we're going to whisk a lot to make sure that is well incorporated. We do not want any sticky lumps of condensed milk sitting in a blob of heavy cream. We want this all together. And of course, the most important element are Passionfruit. God, this thing is so close to spilling over the sides of the bowl. I have to stir very carefully. Now, you may wonder if we're going to put any additional sugar in, and the answer is no, because that condensed milk is already so sweet that any more sugar would be overload. What we are gonna do, and bear with me on this, we are going to add just a small pinch of salt. Because even in sweet things and even in desserts, a little salt can really wake up those flavors. Alright, and that, my friends, is some damn good-looking passionfruit ice cream base. This is definitely going to take some time to freeze. I will let it go overnight just to be safe. So I will see you tomorrow when we see how our little experiment turned out. Peace.
One day later.
Alright folks, it's the next day. How's everyone doing? Our ice cream has been in the freezer overnight. I think it's time to take it out and see how it turned out. I had to make 2 containers of this just because there was so much of it. My God, look at this nonsense. That definitely looks frozen appropriately. My mom let me in on some food science when I told her I was making ice cream. The reason it stays relatively soft when you freeze it is because of the sugar content. Something about the sugar crystals means it freezes in a soft and pliable fashion instead of like a solid block of ice. Food science is really cool. I should do a little more research into stuff like that because it's always interesting to learn. But anyways, that's enough talk, and I think it's time to get eating. And my goodness, that spoon is going in without too much difficulty. Well, maybe a little difficulty, but that's what you do when you're scooping with your dominant hand, with your non-dominant hand, because you're filming with your dominant hand, am I right? Whew, okay, that'll probably be easier with an ice cream scoop, or maybe leave it out of the freezer for 5 minutes before going in. Either way, this is looking mighty tasty. It looks like we've got a good distribution of passion fruit seeds throughout this nonsense. So let's give it a taste. This is all our hard work. Let's see if it paid off. Oh man, that's really good. I think going with passion fruit was a really good idea because the condensed milk is so strikingly sweet, but the tartness of the passion fruit really helps cut through that and give it balance. God damn. I'm not exaggerating here. That is so freaking good. It's cold, it's creamy, it's sweet, it's tart, it's tangy, and it's shockingly well balanced too. I think I picked like the perfect amount of passion fruit to go in here. One thing about passion fruit is you can feel the seeds popping in your mouth as you chew on them, so it gives a little fun texture, a little variety to the otherwise smooth, creamy ice cream. Genuinely, I could have bought this at the store, like gotten it from the supermarket, and I would not be able to tell the difference. This is professional quality ice cream here, and it was 4 ingredients. Just 4! That's insane! So yeah, if you want to make ice cream at home, absolutely do this. It's so easy, it turns out so well. The only thing you really need in terms of equipment is an electric mixer and maybe a can opener. Or, you know, if you want to get your forearms workout that day, you don't even need the mixer. Regardless, this was a rousing success, and I now have enough ice cream to last me probably the next 6 months, if I'm being honest. I am absolutely doing this again someday. I'll probably try like other mix-ins, maybe different fruit, maybe chocolate, because I'm sure we can create all sorts of wonderful concoctions. For now though, I think this is a good point to say goodbye and let you get on your own culinary journey. And I am dead serious. Try this ice cream. You will not regret it. So once again, thank you for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you next time. 再见. Bye bye.